What is going on, guys? Here with a cheeky little video, and this is the intel locations, all 45 of them, for Modern Warfare 2 campaign. So in the description before I start will be a link to click so you can skip to what mission you need. But if you start from the beginning, then let's get on with it. Alright, so first intel in the game is right before you run into the pit. Turn around, on the table is the intel. During mission 2 you're going to make your way through a house, but on the second level, as soon as Foley says someone ran into the classroom on the right, before you go outside, on the table is the laptop. Alright, then literally straight after that, when you go outside, don't rush out because it will be straight in front of you on that little box. Okay, so for Cliffhanger, make your way slowly towards the mission objective like you usually would. Just as you leave McTavish, you're going to have to go past this building, so don't go past it, go up the ladder and there will be the intel on the floor. So this next one is pretty easy to get. Instead of going left towards McTavish, you're going to turn backwards, and on the building on the right, knife will shoot the window, and on top of the barrel is the intel. Final intel for Cliffhanger is a little bit dodgy, a little bit hard to get. So as you're going down this hill, when it gets to about 1800 meters away, you want to turn right instead of left and go very slowly, because on the left here in the trees you have to drive over the intel. No intel whatsoever for mission 4, but as you start mission 5 you're going to go through this little sort of village, and when you get right at the back, before you turn right and carry on the chase, at this point on the map, behind you is a little building on the left with the intel on the table. Next intel is really hard to miss the building. It's on your way up the favela. There'll be a building with a bunch of people in shooting at you. What you got to do is clear it out, climb up the ladder in front of you, and on the table will be the intel. Don't start rushing off there, because the next intel is literally 2 buildings along on the left. Opposite the greenhouse on the right, you have to go and take out all the enemies, and round the corner on the bed will be the intel. Last intel for this mission, after the sign changes to capture, after the little burning green car building on the right, downstairs in between the 2 beds is the last intel. Wolverines, first intel for the mission is straight after you go through this alleyway. There'll be like a gas station on the left. Break the window, jump in and grab the intel off the desk. Okay, so the next 3 intels for this mission can be in whatever order you want. You will go over to each building as the mission goes on, but I did it before just so I don't have to deal with as many enemies at each location. So there is one on the far side of Burger Town. If you turn right around here, inside the bin is intel number 2. Directly right at Burger Town is a little building and nobody is anywhere near. It's a taco place, and if you go through the left over the debris, you will see the intel straight in front of you. Last one, far over on the left hand side, is a little bank deposit place. And if you go in at the far end of that one too, on the left hand side, on the desk, is the last intel for this mission. Okay, so right at the beginning of Hornets Nest, you are going to be in a big ass fight, and what you want to do is stick to the right hand side. And once you take out all the enemies on the right, inside the yellow building is the intel. Right, so as you're working your way down onto this open area, if you go round, stick to the left hand side. It is on the way up anyway, so you shouldn't miss it. But there is intel number 2. Not long after intel number 3, if you look on the right hand side, there will be a pink building, and just behind that, a blue car outside of the building that you want to go upstairs in, and you will see the intel laying there. Final intel for this level is again really hard to miss. Behind the goal on the opposite side of the field, in the window, intel number 4. Pretty damn early on in the level, you'll find a fire engine in the middle of the road. Stick to the left hand side as you have to clear the building now anyway. And inside on the desk will be intel number 1. Sticking to the right hand side this time, as you come up to the blockades in the right hand room, turn around and you'll see the intel. Intel number 3, you'll see the 2 houses on the right. It isn't the first one. On the left of that is another building upstairs. Go to the end of the hallway and find your intel. The only easy day was yesterday. Starting off after you breach your first set of rooms before you go outside, on the left is intel number 1. 2 is not long after you've set the C4 up and blown the bodies. Then through the gate in the room on the right hand side, you will find intel number 2. Third intel is a little bit of a tricky one. So after you've destroyed the helo, you will head around your score and go up the stairs, and then down the other side, and underneath will be a cheeky little intel. Okay, the Gulag. Once you get out of the helo, you'll head into the tunnels, but before you do that, up into the room and you will find intel at the end. Number 2, literally just after, as you go into the comms room, you will have to head round to the left or right, doesn't really matter, and on the desk will be the intel. Intel number 3, just in case you miss it, check each and every room as you go around on the right hand side, but it is after you're told to pick up a riot shield. The first room on the right will be intel. And finally, after you breach a wall, to find prisoner 627, which surprisingly is Captain Price. If you did not know, then on the left after a little cutscene will be the intel. Of their own accord, intel number 1, big building, you will never be able to miss it ever. Going down the hallway, on the left is an elevator, jump over the lesbian on the floor and find intel inside. And not megally long after, you'll be forced to kill some people, and a guy will pop his head out of a room, and that is the room you want to go into to pick up the second intel and the final one for this level. Contingency, just after you have been completely smashed to pieces by the BTR. Don't go too far ahead, just stick to the left as much as you can, and before you pass the big pipe on the left on the box is the intel. Right, next two are fairly close together, so I'll probably watch them both before you get either one. But when you get control of the Predator missile and you're running towards the sub, go through this building, and on the left is the intel. And the next one, straight after, literally, as you go out of that door, up on the helipad, is the intel number 3. Whiskey Hotel, just as you enter the White House. After you open this door, follow him out, and to your left, after you kill some enemies, will be the intel on the chair. Next intel and last one for this level, after you had a little fight in the hallway, head up the stairs, and on your right hand side will be the intel location. Okay, so for loose ends, the next level, before you breach anywhere, go around the side of the house and down at the back. After this beautiful view, in the hut is the first intel. Next two require breaches, so I'll probably go downstairs first as it's the easiest one to do. Go through into the armory, and on the right hand side will be the intel. To the very top floor and kill these enemies before you get wrecked by them. Go into the room that says breach on it, and in the left corner will be your intel.
All clear. Squad, regroup on me.
Nice and easy, this bit of intel. As you start, literally right at the start, jump down, and to your right inside the plane will be the first intel. This one can be a bit dodgy as the map is sort of similar, but just after you slide down, stay to the left-ish, and then when you come up the hill again, in the plane to the right hand side is your intel. Four bits of intel for this mission, but they're nice and easy to get. So after you have to wait for the patrol to pass by, sitting in the corner with Captain Price, instead of going to the left as he instructs, go to the right, pick up the intel, and then come back around. Can't miss this one, it's the only red room in the level, so before you go out the door you want to look to your left and pick up that intel. Okay, so if you stay to the right hand side, after the enemies drop in through the helicopter, you will see a marker that says 18 or a number, it doesn't really matter which number. Go up that pathway, and on a desk is the intel. After you completely wrecked those enemies, behind this breach door will be the intel sitting on a desk with some coke cans. Alright, so final intel for the video. You will need to pick up the intel off the side before you get on the boat. Pretty hard to miss. So, that is the achievement for all 45 bits of intel. I hope you guys have found this helpful or somewhat enjoyable.
Around the corner, come on!
And I will be doing the other CODs most likely, so if you need help with that, you'll be on my channel when they are finished. But I'll see you guys on my next video, hopefully.